Hello everyone, and welcome back to HM Weekly Update. Thank you for joining us again. I'm Brexon.
And I'm Elizabeth. We've been following the Bears of Brook Falls for Fat Bear Week 2022. On Tuesday evening, the champion was announced. Before introducing this year's winner, here's Ellie, Addie, and Sienna with background on some winners from the past.
First, we will tell you about Otis. He won in 2014, 2016, 2017, and 2021.
Otis has won 4 years, more than any other Fat Bear champ. This brown bear was named the winner of the annual contest in which people vote for their favorite chunky bear at Katmai National Park and Preserve in Alaska. Even though Otis has missing teeth and might be the oldest of Katmai's famous fat bears, at some 25 years of age, his fishing prowess still enabled him to fatten up in 2021. Otis even arrived at Katmai's salmon-filled Brooks River late this summer. He won lots of times against Holly.
Now we are going to tell you about Bead Nose. She is number 409. She won in 2018 and 2015.
Bead Nose won in the year 2018. Bead Nose, also known as Bear 409, had her hands full with 2 new cubs in the summer of 2016. They remained at her side when she emerged from hibernation, all set to go fishing for sockeye salmon in Katmai National Park and Preserve. In other words, Bead Nose was sharing her spoils. She also beat Otis in 2018.
Next up is Holly. She is number 435. She won in 2019.
Fat and Fabulous Brown Bear 435, or Holly, earned the title of 2019 Fat Bear Week champion.
Holly won her title against 775 Lefty. Holly lost a couple times against Otis, but she won again in 2019. Holly won by weighing 1,408 pounds.
Last, we have number 747. He won in 2019.
This bear won in the year 2020. At the time, he weighed 1,400 pounds. Bear 747, nicknamed Colbert, was voted the heaviest out of 12 contestants. He defeated a bear named 32 Chunk with more than 47,000 votes to about 28,800. This year, he really packed on the pounds, looking like he was fat enough to hibernate in July, and yet continuing to eat until his belly seemed to drag along the ground by late September. The park said in its announcement,
Colbert would like to thank the salmon for such high concentrations of fat, the clean cold water of the Brooks River for being a fabulous host, and all the little bears he pushed out of the way to gain access to the best fishing spot of them all, the park said. These are the past Fat Bear Week winners, but who do you think is going to win this year?
Last week, when Fat Bear Week started, we asked a few students which bear they thought would come out on top. Here were their predictions.
Fat Bear Week, more like Fat Bear Weeks. Me and Adrian's pick for the adult brown bears is 128 Grazer. We have some information about her on the next slide.
Grazer 128. Grazer is a very large female bear. She is one of the fattest bears to utilize Brooks River. In 2021, she came back with 2 cubs. Grazer was introduced to Brooks River as a cub in 2005. Ever since, she's been one of the fattest bears there. She's normally a very good fisher, but she prefers the lip of Brooks Falls. Normally in the fall, she fishes in other locations.
Grazer is one of the most defensive mother bears in the area. She attacks bigger and more dominant bears for her children's safety. Her defensiveness is risky, but it brings benefits for her cubs. Because of Grazer, her children get access to many good fishing spots. Overall, Grazer deserves the honor of being the Fat Bear Week champion.
Grazer.
I think Otis is gonna win. I just want 901 to win because she's adorable.
A bear.
Bob. No.
Otis.
Otis is gonna win this year.
"909 is a 2-year-old cub with a skinny neck, large head, and medium brown fur. She was the winner of the Junior Bears and got to compete in the Adult Bear competition.
The triplets won second place in the junior bracket. In the spring, the triplets were 4. During the summer, another bear killed the smallest cub. 2 are near equal size, and the other is larger. The largest has the lightest brown fur, while the 2 medium-sized cubs have classy brown fur. Each has a collar of pale grizzled brown fur around their neck. And now for the big announcement. The winner of Fat Bear Week with 68,100 votes is 747, also known as Coal Bear or Bear Force One. He's definitely deserving of this title. This comes after Scandal rocked Fat Bear Week for the first time earlier this week when 747 faced off with Holly, 435, in a semi-final round. Late in the day, the park rangers discovered a blast of 9,000 votes for Holly after voting usually slowed down.
The tech team went straight to work and discovered what appears to be a bot that spammed the election. The invalid votes were eliminated, and an additional feature called CAPTCHA was added to the voting before the finals. That's the thing where you have to click, "I am not a robot."
Remember, kids, as you learn to code in STEAM, use your skills for good, not to mess with innocent bears who have no idea that people care so much about the wildlife of Alaska, nor to mess with the park officials who were clearly more tech savvy than some people expected.
PBIS Spotlights is our way to highlight how students show RCR at Horace Mann. Have you noticed how great the garden by the playground looks lately? 5th graders recently spent part of their school day making sure the garden was cleaned up, weeded, and ready for pollinators to thrive and passers-by to admire. This is one great example of how, when we all share responsibility, our school becomes a better place because we are better together. That's all for now. Remember to keep recycling your plastic, and we'll be back next week with your HM Weekly Update.